So here are my heroes. Thunder God, 5 of 9. And Druid, 4 of 9. We got the Manticore, 4 of 9. Succubus, 4 of 9, I think. Ninja, is it? Yeah, 3 of 9. And 2 of 9. I don't really use him. I only use him for the stun and arenas. Seems to be kind of a waste. Maybe boss fights. I haven't really done much boss fights, so. Here is one of my Dungeon 4s. This video is going to be all about Dungeon 4. So, when I first started Dungeon 4, I did it on the right, on the left side, because the goal was to kill Executioner and kill the Assassin. Brutal dudes. They will destroy me. I think Executioner will kill 2 of my guys, no problem, and Assassin will... this dude, he'll one-shot me. He's pretty strong. Alright, so this approach I didn't like it, and you'll see why. There's many flaws to it. The heroes split up way too much. You'll see Thunder God and Manticore, they will push top left, and Succubus will push right, and Druid will push bottom, and oh my goodness, I had to use GA and I had to put in birds to save them. Holy cow. Yeah, so pushing from the left, I didn't like it, but it was pretty good because it allowed me to take out Execution Assassin. But in the end, it wasn't worth it. So, and the videos are all sped up. I didn't want you guys to watch the whole 2 minutes or however long the fight was. So, sped up the videos a little bit. Now, here is another one where I approach that little box. And what I do is, most of the times, is use Atlanticor, Thunder God, Druid, then Succubus. That is how I approach this one. And then after like a second or two after putting all the 4 heroes in, I drop the healing. Atlanticor tanks it like a beast. And with this approach, they all clear the top first, and then they move down together. This is why I like this setup. They either go on the left and right, the split, but they converge in the middle. Druid usually ends up attacking the castle all the time. Usually, always. So he heals both sides until they split off to the cannons, which is really nice. This is why I like this approach a lot, because it allows me to heal both lanes, top and bottom, push, converge in the middle, and I don't have to worry about Execution Assassin. I tried approaching from the bottom, right here where the birds are in the building, but it was a disaster because you can get through the bottom, which is fine, which is not the hard part, but the problem is when you get back up to the top over here and you have to kill Execution Assassin. It's a nightmare. I've lost more that way than this way. Trial and error. So the top is definitely the better approach to beating this dungeon. As soon as you pass the cannon where Thunder God is, that's when Assassin activates. See? Boom. What old punk. So yeah. Druid sometimes wins this. It depends on when he starts attacking and when his energy is at healing, but it's risky. He lives here. There's no biggie. And now that I have Atlantico in the bottom, pushing with these guys, it is fine. What I did notice, I'll give a little quick insert about Atlantico, is that because of his slow attack speed, he can't last hit buildings, and that is why he moves forward. Usually he moves forward before other heroes move forward, even though he has a slow walk speed. So that is pretty interesting about him. They slowed his attack speed spitefully so that way he would actually walk ahead because he can't get the last hit. So he will aggro the hits before the other heroes get to hit. So that is a pretty interesting thing. Even though he walks slow, somehow he always usually manages to get in front, and you wonder why. It's because he can't last hit, because he just can't. He's slow, and so he just walks ahead, saying, "Okay, fine, you take the last hit. I'll walk ahead, and I'll take the aggro." So that's cool. So I'm not I was shocked at first at why they would put slow moving speed in a tank, and I can see that is why. As long as the tank has a slow attack speed, the movement speed is not too bad. Um, oh, Thunder God almost dies again, and I put the birds in to save him. Like I said, Druid always hits that castle. He loves that. It's like he's addicted to attacking castles. But yeah, so that's the little thing about Manticore. His slow attack causes him to move before other heroes do because they're still attacking the building because they get their hits in first. Now another interesting is I used to do Thunder God first, not Atlanticor, and what that would do is it would cause Thunder God to proc all over the map like crazy, like it's just lunatic, and I loved it. He was awesome at doing that, but then he would he would sometimes die really fast. It's hard to manage because they all bunch up on top of each other and you can't see their health bars. So you don't know when to drop the GA and you don't want to waste it at the same time. So it's kind of tricky there. Um, Another little tip about the spells. I don't know if anyone realized this, but it took some time to figure this out. But when you drop a spell, what how it works is attacks are all Qs, right? So when all the birds shoot off their attack and you drop the spell, it's not a timing thing. So what happens is all those hits will trigger first, then the spell will block anything after. So if you notice you're taking hits, you have to make sure you register your spell or you cast your spell before any other attack is cast or has been casted. So that way your spell registers first, so that means your spell is going to defend first or do its thing first. So that's what I noticed. Like your life is really low and you cast it, all of a sudden he dies, you're like, what? What? It's because it goes off of like a queue system. If you guys ever played Final Fantasy, you know the queue, which is you have your timeline, you hit your attacks, you wait, and the opponent goes, and then you go, and then the whole queuing system. It's like that with the spells as well. You have to make sure you look at when the bird's attacked, when the shot, and you can put your spell in right before the next queued up attack for all the birds or whatever is attacking you, and that's how you can time your spells. And that's how I usually get my Atlantic Core pretty low before I would use my spells, or sometimes I did on heroes. It's all a little timing game, and that's why I lose my heroes sometimes. It's all perfection. So you can tinker with that. You can get really good at it because if you do that, then you can prolong the spell even longer in a fight. You don't waste a second of it or a couple of milliseconds because it all makes a difference in the long run. I can go over raiding tricks, how I raid, what I look for, and Thunder God's AI. It's pretty interesting. Even though the AI is dumb, and it's for a reason, because if the AI was smart, then this game would be pretty boring. Because I've played other, games which actually took a little bit more intelligence to play, but the AI is dumbed down for a reason because it was too smart where heroes attack heroes first and they'll attack the tower, the units second, and then the towers third. It would really just wipe this out because think about it, they would just walk around and kill all the towers and all the heroes and all the units first and then go back and kill the base, and it just makes it not even a challenge. Atlantic would walk through the way, if I didn't put ninja in there and everything. It just, oh my god, it would totally ruin the game. So I can see why they did that. So it was interesting. And you notice I have ninja here. And I didn't put him in first. I put all the heroes in, cast the healing spell. Then I put him on the outside at the top. Because this dude runs too fast. And he leads the way. And he's not a tank, so he dies. And we all know that about ninja. So sometimes I'll put him in if I want to speed up the run or anything like that. But I put him in the last because he's dangerous. And here's a dungeon D5 that I do. Oh, this part is really bad. How Atlantic Core goes right there. He does nothing. Look at that. What a waste. Oh my god. Of course, I need to redesign the base a little bit, but my castle isn't big, high enough level for the walls. So yeah. Hey, drop me a comment. Let me know if you like it or want anything else.